Should I speak? What else is remaining now for me to speak? I guess nothing. But since last 3 days, oh my god, I was busy with Narsimha Chaturdashi and so many DMs have come in Instagram, so many messages in Facebook. India has surrendered to America, to Donald Trump. Modi has surrendered India. Oh my god. That's the end of Modi 3.0. That's the end of India. Pakistan was about to strike. What is that? No, nuke India. India was about to be destroyed. Trump intervened and it was saved. These are the things I've been receiving in my DMs. These are things people are telling me. And you have asked me about my opinion. But today, you must have seen the Prime Minister's speech. So I don't think there's much for me to comment here. But since you have asked me as a service, I will give you the astrological analysis. So I've been saying this many times, many times actually, that on 7th April this year, I made a video where I said from 13th April to 24th June this year, India's period is not good. This shows that Prime Minister Modi will have difficulties. There could be violence, there could be war, there could be terrorist attacks, there could be problems in the border states, there could be international humiliation, or there could be problems. In general, it's a bad time. You can categorize, okay, this will happen, that will happen, or whatever. But in general, it's a bad period. Now, bad does not mean it is like fatal. Bad means it's a challenging period. It's like climbing uphill. Okay. Now, can be bad in some areas, but does not mean it's a failed period for India. But indeed, it's a difficult period. And we saw from 13th April onwards, there was violence in West Bengal, then there was violence in Maharashtra, then Uttarakhand, and of course, 22nd April, Pahalgam attacks, which was avenged on 7th of May this year by Operation Sindoor, by our brave armed forces. Now, after that, what happened? On 10th, the day before Narsimha Chaturdashi, President Trump comes and announces that India and Pakistan have agreed to what is that, permanent ceasefire or something like that. He says, okay, ceasefire. He uses the word ceasefire, and he claims credit for it. But then the Ministry of External Affairs, they say that, oh, none of this has happened. It's just an agreement. And today, the Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, has clearly said that this is just a temporary pause. We are waiting and watching. And today, there are reports. Today, what is today? Today is 12th of May. This is evening of German time. So today, there has been reports that drones have come over Punjab. Okay, so I don't know that because Modi ji said that any further escalation will be, any further attack will be considered as an act of war and will be dealt with a disproportionate response. That is what the armed forces have said. But now the thing is this, see, this period is bad. We are currently in this period. So today is 12th. So you have how many? Like around 42 more days till 24th of June. So this period is bad, but is it so bad that India will face, this terrible humiliation from a third country president who tells, it's like, Trump is saying, hey, you sheriff, you Modi, just stop, nobody knows it better than me. So does it mean it is so bad for India? Okay. Does it mean that it's like you feel that a country superior to you, indeed, the US is much more superior to India militarily, financially, there's no doubt about it. But is it so bad that that country will tell you, like a dog, hey, sit down, tummy back? And the way he has said, Pakistan and India, as if, they are like same. I mean, this is bizarre nonsense. So, astrologically, There is absolutely no problem. That is complete nonsense. There is no indication of that. I'll tell you, there is a problem of Mars in the horoscope of Prime Minister Modi at the moment, but there is no problem related to the sun, which means Martian problem means there could be problems related to land, violence, there could be bloodshed, but problems related to the sun means somebody comes and bullies you, somebody who is more powerful than you comes and slaps you on your face and treats you like a dog. Hey, Tommy, Badja, sit down. No, none of that is true. So astrologically, there is absolutely no indication of the sun having any problem. But yes, Mars has a problem, and this problem will go on till 24th of June, as I have said repeatedly. So till 24th of June, you will keep seeing, some problem or the other will happen in India. Like now there is temporary ceasefire. Or as I said, as India said, sorry, not ceasefire, agreement. But it can again get worse. It can again go downhill. Again, this can happen. Now, the thing is, this is a temporary problem. So temporary problem means there will not be a situation where, like millions of people are dead or something like, which Trump is writing. I mean, I don't know why he's writing all this. Maybe he wants credit, but anyways, that's vintage Trump claiming credit always. Now, which is fine. But today the Prime Minister has clearly said there is no question of talks with Pakistan. Talks and terror cannot go together. Talks and trade cannot go together. Water and blood cannot flow together. Okay, so this is what he has said at the end. So therefore, if you think that this period is so bad that a person like Trump or anybody comes and slaps India and goes as the media is claiming, the Western media or many people in India who don't like Modi, they are claiming that this is complete nonsense. Okay, none of that is true. This is absolute nonsense of the highest order. Now, number two, many of you have been asking me. I made a video on POK. In that video, I categorically said that there is no way in astrology. I'm not defending, I'm saying what I already said in that video. So I said there is no way in astrology to say when POK will come back. I mean, I don't know how astrologers are making these predictions, but there's no way. But there is one indirect way. Indirect way means if the prime minister or the president, whoever is the leader of that country, if in that person's horoscope there is indication that there will be gain of property, like in a normal person's chart, oh, he's buying house, oh, she's buying land, something like that, then there is a very high possibility that some land could come. Now that could be POK, that could be anything. That you can't say. I mean, there is no planet which says, oh, this is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which can come. It could be anything. Like for example, I said that before 13th April, there will be some gain in territory or some legislation related to real estate will be passed. So there we saw the Waqf Amendment Bill was passed on 4th and 5th of April this year. Was it April? Yes, correct. So that means if there are periods which indicate that there is gain of territory, then this can happen. So similarly, from 24th of June, no, after that, there are some indications, at least for the next 8 days, that there could be some gain of territory or something good happening in case of India, like for Modi ji. But that may not necessarily be POK, but it will be something related to his career. Some big gain, some massive news is coming. Okay, so something good can happen. So that might mean that it could be POK or something else, some other good news. Some FTA might be signed, or some there could be some great news economy wise. There could be some arms deal, or some fugitive could come, and some fugitive might be caught. Like what is that? Vijay Malia, right? Nirav Modi is already Nirav Modi is caught, I guess. I think so, but he's not in India. He's caught now, I think. And then Babu Rana, he's already in India, right? So therefore, something good will happen. but I cannot say what exactly it is. But I can categorically guarantee and tell you something good will happen from 24th of April onwards, at least for the next 1.5 months, at least 1 month. Okay, so 24th April onwards till yes, the entire July, it's a great period for Modi ji, and because he's prime minister, so for India also it is a great period. Okay, so therefore, I cannot tell you exactly when POK will come because there is no way in astrology to tell that. But good periods, there could be something good. Okay, now you need to understand that since this is a temporary period, so it is not this period till 24th June. Since this is a bad period, but it's only temporary, so it will not have such devastating consequences which cannot be repaired. It will not have that. So it means, as I said before, I don't think there will be such like millions of people dying, nuclear war or something like that. And there are also calls growing related to Prime Minister Modi's resignation. So I don't think that's happening because this is a temporary period. Okay, that resignation problem will only come if there's a problem in his son. That I don't think is happening either ways. Okay, so therefore there could be problems, law and order problems. Like we have around 42 days for 24th of June. So there could be further problems. Law and order situation could degrade in India. All these things can happen. But that does not mean he will resign. That does not mean he will not continue as prime minister. So those people who are making videos and who are asking me if the government will fall or something like that, I don't think that will happen, honestly, as per astrology. But suppose that happens, worst case scenario, then after 24th June, again, if there is new election or whatever, then you will again gain power. And if elections happen after 17 September this year, boy, oh boy, there will be massive victory. Okay. But anyways, depends on the date of the election. But let's keep it for some other time. If there is a new election, okay, which I 99.9%, as my analysis goes, I don't think there is any new election this year or next year. Now, of course, because of delimitation and all this, and this women reservation 50%, whatever, there could be something. But that could be from 2029, it comes to 2028 or 7. But at least this year or next year, I don't think there's anything. Okay. And from 17 September onwards, as I have said again, it's a great period for Modi ji till 17 September next year. And after that also. So till 17 September 2027, which is his birthday, the periods are excellent basically for him. So I'll reiterate. I've already said this in the previous videos. So therefore, you can expect good things to happen. So now, because this period is bad till 24th June, there are some lapses which has happened. So I guess India has somehow failed to gather this, to show this, the level of damage that they've done to the Pakistani Air Force, armed forces, and their stations. Especially just recently, India had hit this Noor Khan Air Base also. I don't know if it is a station or air base or whatever. So there are reports that there were nuclear leaks there. Okay, but nonetheless, that is more of like speculation. There are reports, there are credible reports that there was some radioactive activity there. But again, there's no statement and there's no confirmation. So I'll keep that aside. But nonetheless, why I have made this video is to tell you that this is a temporary pause, as the Prime Minister has himself said today and dispelled all doubts. So do not ever, ever, ever in your wildest dreams think that somebody called XYZ or somebody called Donald Trump has come and treated India like a dog. Don't think like that. Now, of course, US might have been involved, and surely US must have been involved. US was involved in fact, as Pakistan, what is his name? Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, as he said, he thanked Donald Trump. But has Modi ji said something about Donald Trump? Has, as Jaishankar said, no, Did the MEA say no? Did the foreign secretary say no? Did any commander of the armed forces, anybody said anything about Donald J. Trump? Absolutely not. The only people that are quoting Donald Trump are the ones who don't like India very much, inside India or outside India, or they don't like Prime Minister Modi, so they are putting all this. So it's like saying, you bloody rascals, you are worse than pigs and dogs, basically. Because not because you don't like Modi, that's not the reason. The reason is you are trusting the word of another country's president more than your president, your prime minister. So that shows the level of despicable hate that you have towards this country and the country's prime minister. I don't know, it is because of politics or ideology or whatever, right? So like you idiots, you are going on quoting. You will see these are same people who are telling, oh yeah, what is government of India doing? There's no attack. Kab marenge, kab marenge, kab marenge. Then when India attacked, they were like, oh, war is bad. There should be ceasefire. There should be no wars. To war. So war is not good. So basically, they are not happy that the Pakistani establishment is getting hit right, left. They're not happy with it. That is why they said there should be no war. And after the war, when there was ceasefire, then also they were mocking, oh, look at this government of India, poor government got bullied by this, superpower. They were saying, well, what is all this, popo aage, popo aage. They were saying all this, right? But today, the prime minister has dispelled all these idiots. He has very clearly said, categorically stated that there is no question of mediation. I mean, he has not said that directly, but he has categorically said that to the world also. No, he has said to everybody in the world. By that, he basically means the world powers, especially US, EU, and UK, Australia, whoever, especially Donald Trump. This is what he means indirectly. He says the only place where we can talk with Pakistan is terrorism and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And indirectly, by that, he has hinted that there is no question of mediation. This has to be sorted bilaterally between the two countries. And no other, there is no other scope of mediation. So don't ever in your wildest dreams think that there is India's situation is so bad that India had to go and beg. Now initially this is very funny. Yesterday onwards there are reports, when Trump said that millions of people would have died. So then people have been speculating, oh, Pakistan was about to nuke India. This was their belief. But what happened by today, as these photos came out and the radiation reports near the Rawalpindi Noor Khan Air Base, near to Rawalpindi, now the game has twisted. So now they're saying, oh, actually India destroyed their nuclear stations, and because that happened. So this is how it's interesting, when you believe, oh, somebody says millions of people would die. In fact, Donald Trump has come out today, and today also he said, it could have been a nuclear war. And what did Prime Minister say? He said, nuclear, this blackmailing will not work. You may have nuclear weapons, but if you do this, you will pay the price. Okay, there's no doubt. So I hope the perpetrators of this attack very soon are also caught. I don't know where they are. Honestly, they should have been caught and killed by now. Or who knows, maybe they've been already killed. But nonetheless, let's see what happens. But please be aware, the time till 24th June is turbulent, it is intense, it is problematic. So prepare for some trouble. Okay, now prepare for some trouble. By that, I don't mean, stay in panic and, do nothing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, be a bit aware. Keep watching the news, and if something goes wrong, don't panic. Because the government has done all this, like, mock drills, or it is about to do, or they did something, I guess, on 6th or 7th, something like that, May. So be aware, have some cash handy, have this, power bank handy, if there are blackouts, as in Amritsar Golden Temple, there are blackouts. So yeah, so be a bit on the be a bit alert, basically. Okay, that is all I want to tell you. Okay, but you don't have to fear and think, oh my god, what is going to happen, India is going to be nuked or something like that. Even if that happens, I mean, I don't think there will be much losses to India. Okay, but there can be losses, there can be destruction in India and both in Pakistan. I mean, if there is destruction in India, there will be humongous destruction in Pakistan. Okay, so therefore, have faith in your armed forces. You may not like politicians, but I always tell you, 1971, the war was won by Indira Gandhi and Sam Manekshaw, and today we have the same army. Okay, so you may not like politicians, you may like them, but at the end, the army is the same. Okay, army, air force, and navy. All right, so therefore, 100% as an astrologer or as a student of astrology, rather, I can guarantee this is not a deal which has been signed by India because of humiliation or because India was hiding something or India was about to be nuked. No, India has agreed to this from a position of strength. As the Prime Minister said, Pakistan had requested, and because of that, this requested or rather begged. That is why India agreed to this. But he also said, we are waiting and monitoring the situation. Okay. So, therefore, please be on alert. And from 28th May, as I said, the period can be a bit more intense for India, 20th May to 24th of June, because from 20th May, there's a bad period for Home Minister Amit Shah also. So, yeah, month of June might be a bit turbulent for India in terms of internal security, okay? Or could be external also. I mean, he's Home Minister, so it does not just mean internal, okay? But nonetheless, this is a temporary period and you will sail through it, okay? So, all glories to the armed forces of India. जय माँ भवानी, जय महाराणा प्रताप, जय छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज, जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम. Thank you.